Alright, this is my batch of Dark Angel fry. Today's date 7/22/2012. They went free swimming. Let's see, it would have been about 15 days ago. So we will call them about 2 weeks old. I just fed baby brine shrimp, so obviously this is feeding time for those of you that don't raise babies and can't tell that they're chasing after a million baby brine shrimp. I do not feed artificially at all. That's the reason they are the size they are. As you can see, this is a relatively new tank and obviously still needs to be painted and wrapped. That'll be done later today, but I wanted to get some videos done at least. I think there's a batch of about 30 fry in here. I will try to back up a little bit so you can actually see them. No cousins in that corner at the moment. Well, they're so cute at this size. For those of you that choose not to breed, actually relatively simple. It's got its complications, obviously, establishing pairs and whatnot, but the reality is that they keep me busy, but not completely awful. Hatch baby brine shrimp twice a day. Once in the morning, they usually get 2 feedings or so before I go to work, and then a new batch will come out in the evening, in which case I generally give them about 3 feedings there. 2 daily water changes. This feeding will be right before their 100% water change. And then in the evening I do a 50% water change on the tank as well. Thus far this was a pretty small batch of fry. I've had to cull 2 fish total. So really not too bad given the size. Don't know what the issues were. I mean, one of them seemed to have only developed 1 gill. And I'm not really sure what happened to the other one, but I found him dead. So, all in all, not too bad. Everybody looks pretty healthy. My fry tanks always have sponge filters in them. My main reasoning being that I work a full-time job. And so I find it beneficial that for the 8 or 9 hours that I'm gone, and generally the lights are on during that time, they have something that they can actually pick and get food at, which you inevitably, when you come into the room after being gone for 8 or 9 hours, will see almost all of them gathered and picking there. So it becomes kind of a collection point. Unfortunately, this is a pro filter. It's the only one that I had cycled, but quite honestly with fry I'd much rather use the standard filters usually, not the ProLine filters, because more stuff gets stuck on the outside of it and not on the inside of the sponge where they can't reach it. But I think that's about all for today. You get an idea. They've probably grown a good 1/8 of an inch or so in the last 3 days, so they're putting on growth fairly quickly. I'll keep you guys updated. I would imagine by 10 weeks I will probably sell a decent amount of them, honestly, and pick out 8 to keep through the competition, as long as I decide to keep these as my competition fish. 2 other batches of fry currently. One of them's a cross fry, and I really didn't want to do that, honestly. One other batch of fry, and it's a cross fry, and ultimately both pigeons, but it's a carnation velvet red pair, and so I usually get a 50-50 mix, with some of them obviously switching it up a little bit, but I'd rather have fry that I know 100% of the resulting fry are going to be Dark Angels. They will vary in markings, but these will all be Dark Angels. Most likely. And that's the fun of breeding. But until later, there's an update on Drew's competition fry.